Good morning. This is Bruce Moore. I'm inside today. This is another morning talk, but the weather's bad out today. And besides that, I wanted to give you a tour of the office and explain something about relation space. As you may know, I'm doing a series that is called Living in Relation Space. And the very first episode of that is called Seeds of Awareness. And this comes out of nearly 20 years of work where seeds of awareness came first. But in order to know whether seeds are really worth anything or very good, you've got to let them grow and see what the fruit is. And so I've done that over this long period of time. And living in relation space is the larger story that comes from those seeds of awareness. The seeds of awareness are not technical at all. They're just common sense, ground level insights that come from physics, but that are not normally articulated, because the mission of physics is to measure, control, and predict, and control the properties and behavior of material. So the mission is mastery of material. And our real mission here is to embrace the mystery of, living and existence. The point is that the very same data, the very same behavior observed in physics, for example, can be interpreted in really different ways depending on the mission. So if the mission is measurement, prediction, and control, then you get recipes, basically mathematical, that are fashioned in order to be able to reliably measure and predict behavior. But if your mission is understanding, if it's instead of mastery, if it's understanding where you fit in the mystery and also embracing the mystery, then the very same behavior gets a different interpretation. And that's what relation space is about. And it started with seeds of awareness that have no technical content, really. They're insights that aren't told about in physics because of their mission. They're insights that can be used within a family to guide awareness, to awareness of unity, to join the way things join in life in different ways. So those are the seeds of awareness. And from that grew also a sort of a garden, a landscape of understanding of mathematics that is different from what's in the books. I'm going to pop out of here for a second, and you'll see a change in the room that we'll talk about. So look and see what happens when I come back in. So do you see the difference? Right up there, instead of relation space, you see space-time. And the garden that grew from the time the seeds of awareness were explored back in during the time that I was studying social work back in 2004 through 2006. Since that time, that garden has grown. There were some very mysterious things to me after really exploring the seeds of awareness. There were some things that just started to not make sense about our fundamentals and our roots of physics and applied mathematics. So it took a long time. It was hard work, part-time work for those some 14 years, but slowly, with the help of things that come up from within. Insights just come when you want them, and you are intending to understand something. Then eventually, I think if you're on the right track, eventually something will come up from within. That happened a number of times, and so slowly it came together that there are five things that are missing from the fundamentals from the books in physics and applied mathematics, concepts and constructs, that when you put them together, you get a different story of space-time, different story from space-time, about the same behavior. So if you look at YouTube, you can search for "space-time is doomed," and you'll see people talking about why space-time is just not really working out. And the relation space mathematics is stronger than that, because relation space geometry, which is different from the geometry of Minkowski, relation space geometry shows you how the relational or relativity works, or it shows you mechanisms of relativity, and from those you can apply space-time and see that, well, it's a very poor window into the behavior. It's not technically wrong, but it's a very poor window into what's actually happening. Now, relation space isn't an answer to physics about space-time, because it's just merely, which is a pretty good thing though, but merely a line of thought that is not in the books about behavior of that kind. And it's a line of thought that is not afraid of spiritual thought. And it's my contention, I believe, that the reason this avenue has not explored is that you absolutely cannot explore this avenue without having a connection in your mind to spiritual wisdom, because it aligns up so well. It lines up with the behavior that is described in physics for the purpose of measurement, prediction, and control. It aligns with that behavior, the equations of energy, the equations of motion, and it lines up with spiritual wisdom. And I think our history is that physics just cannot tolerate opening that door to spiritual wisdom. But we all know, I think not all of us, but I think it's widely known now, quietly, widely known, that just can't stand. We cannot continue to separate spiritual wisdom from physicality, spirituality from physicality. The two go together. And relation space is a line of thought where they come together. So to end this morning talk, as you can see, I have restored relation space to the wall. This isn't the last time we'll talk about space-time, but I want to thank you now for listening to this video. Please like this YouTube channel if you can, and subscribe to this channel, because we'll be doing more of these talks. And all of the videos that go with this relation space, living in relation space series, will be on YouTube here on this channel. So stay tuned. Thanks.